Oh wait, am I starting? Oh, I'm streaming. Sorry. Hold on everybody. I'm just trying to go live on the Instagram app too. Okay. I think we're good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Hi. I'm Mel Robbins and welcome to day 7 of the live training for Mindset Reset. Mindset Reset is a month-long program that I am teaching for free. There are more than 240,000 people from around the world who have signed up for Mindset Reset. And if this is your very first video that you're watching, welcome. If you have not yet signed up for the daily emails and the service that we're doing for free, where we send you links to the videos every single day, just go to melrobbins.com/mindset reset. This program is lasting all month. It's not a race. It's not a competition. There is no test at the end. I am offering this as a service because I am committed to teaching you the simple skills and tools that are backed by research and science that will help you develop a positive, healthy, happy, motivated mental home. Your mindset is critical to your health. It's critical to your productivity. It's critical for your dreams. It's critical for your happiness. And so if you struggle with anxiety, if you struggle with depression, if you struggle with self-doubt, and who the heck doesn't, if you are tired of feeling stressed out and you want to get control of your mind, this is an excellent place to be. Because if you change the way that you think, you will change your life. And so every single day, we are covering one small little shift in either how you think or one small little nugget of information about the way that your brain works, or one small little challenge that you can do in order to become a more deliberate thinker. And we have already covered so much since this program has gone live, and I am absolutely positively thrilled that your life is changing. And I am thrilled that you are taking the coaching and you are trying some of the tools that I'm teaching to you and that you're seeing a big difference. I want to share with you a really exciting shout out to Sarah Humphreys. Sarah wrote on Facebook, "I love the deliberate thinking approach." If you're new to this, no worries. What is deliberate thinking? Well, deliberate thinking is when you start to take control of your thoughts. Instead of succumbing to the default way that you think, instead of doubting yourself, instead of allowing yourself to feel anxious, instead of telling yourself you're unworthy and defaulting to these old limiting beliefs, we're teaching you to be deliberate. And what Sarah wrote is that she's always struggled with negative thinking, but until the exercise where I suggested that, look, you can think that, the default stuff that somebody else programmed into your mind, or you can realize you have a choice to think this, and you can decide what you're going to think. She had no idea how often her limiting beliefs were happening. So she loves the new "this is possible" way of thinking. And she also referred to the assignment that we gave you yesterday, which is before you go to bed at night, I want you to plug your phone in outside of your bedroom. I don't want it anywhere near you where you sleep, because your dreams deserve to have 10 lousy minutes in the morning before you let the world in. And the best way to make sure that you give yourself the brain space to be deliberate every single morning is to make sure that your phone is nowhere near you. So today what we're going to cover is we're going to cover the powerful connection between how you wake up and your happiness, your mindset, and your ability to be a deliberate thinker, okay? So there's a massive connection that is well established in neuroscience, in all kinds of research studies around the world by people a lot smarter than me, that there's an undeniable connection between your happiness, your productivity, your sense of control, the mindset and mood that you have all day long, and how you wake up. Notice I didn't say when you wake up. I said how you wake up. And in today's training, I'm going to explain the science around sleep, mindset, and how you should wake up every morning in order to set yourself up for the most positive mindset, the best sense of control, and the most positive mood and productivity that you could have. This is all based in science. This is not something that I'm making up. And this is also the way that I live my life. And it has been a game changer. After I explain this training, it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes tops. Then I'm going to answer some questions from the training yesterday about plugging your phone in. And I will preview what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Because we're spending this entire week, now that I've taught you everything about deliberate versus default thinking, I'm now teaching you how to create a powerful morning routine so that your morning routine reinforces your ability to be a deliberate thinker and to have a positive mindset all day long, okay? So we're going to go step by step by step. You already know that the night before, you're going to plug your phone in outside of your bedroom, away from your bed, so that when that alarm goes off in the morning, you're not reaching for your phone while you're lying in bed and reading social media and the news, which is going to make you feel depressed and anxious. That you're getting out of bed and you have the ability to start your day without your phone in your face. That is critical for your mindset. Now let's talk about the actual act of how you wake up. Not when you wake up, but how you wake up. And this is science, okay? Super important for you to understand that. If you've been following me for a long time, you've probably heard me talk about the fact that you should never, 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 never hit the snooze button, okay? And let me explain why. Here's how I want you to wake up. When the alarm rings, get out of bed. Period. You want to be a happy person. You want to have a positive mindset. You want to take control of the anxiety, the depression, and the stress that you have. Do not allow yourself, number one, when that alarm goes off, to turn it off and lie in bed and start to ruminate in your mind about everything that you've got to do today and how stressed you feel, and to marinate in those negative thoughts. I do not want you to do that. You're going to use the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're going to get out of bed. The other thing I do not want you to do is I do not want you, like I used to do, I do not want you, when the alarm goes off, to reach over and tap the snooze button. The reason why I do not want you to ever tap the snooze button is because of how snoozing for a couple minutes impacts your neurology. It impacts your brain function. Again, this isn't something I made up. This is well-established research. You see, I used to be a chronic snooze button hitter. When Chris and I were going through a really rough time, or I notice in times in my life where I'm feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, when that alarm goes off, there's a small hesitation where I start to feel a little stressed and overwhelmed when I think about the day ahead. And it just feels so safe and so satisfying and so tempting to reach over and hit the snooze button and doze off for 9 minutes or 15 minutes. And then the alarm goes off again, and then I reach over and hit the snooze button, doze off for 9 to 15 minutes. And then the alarm goes off again, and then I reach over. And the reason why it's tempting to do that is because you're delaying having to deal with your life. You are giving yourself a false sense of control that I can find 9 to 15 minutes to just avoid having to deal with what I want to deal with. And so I don't want you to do that. And the reason why I don't want you to ever hit the snooze button is because of how dozing off for 9 to 15 minutes impacts the way that your brain works. So let me explain to you the science of sleep. Let me explain to you why the snooze button is such a dangerous thing to do for your productivity, your happiness, your mindsets, your ability to be a deliberate thinker, your ability to be in control of your life. And look, I know that at least 65% of adults hit the snooze button every single morning. So the reason why I don't want you to ever hit the snooze button, and why this is so important if you want to be in control of your mindset, of your happiness, of your mental health state, is because of the science of sleep. So you and I sleep in cycles. And the reason why we sleep, there's a lot of reasons why we sleep, but there's one main reason. Obviously, we fall asleep because our body needs to rest and rejuvenate. But there's another major reason for why we sleep, and it has to do with brain function. When you sleep, when you and I are falling asleep, half of our brain is allocated to running our body functions. The other half of our brain is able to basically just shut off and not really work. And while you and I are sleeping, do you know what your brain is busy doing? Your brain is busy taking all of the memories and things that happened to you today, and it is returning those memories and storing them in your brain, almost like returning books to a giant library system. If you didn't sleep every night, you would have no memories. One of the main reasons why we sleep is because by resting and allowing part of your brain to shut down for a while, your mind has the ability to store all of your memories from today. You wouldn't have any memories if you didn't sleep every night. And so part of the reason why sleep's so critical has to do with your brain function. It has to do with your cognitive abilities. And so the way that sleep works is we fall asleep. We sleep in cycles of about 75 to 90 minutes, and then we start another one. And we go into another sleep cycle for 75 to 90 minutes. And then we typically start another one, and we start another sleep cycle that goes 75 to 90 minutes. And after 2 or 3 sleep cycles, or heck, if you're lucky, 4 of them, your body and brain go into a mode where for about 2 hours, your brain just goes into a state where it's getting ready to wake up. So for those of you that wake up naturally before an alarm goes off, or the alarm goes off and you've had anywhere from 6 hours plus of sleep, your mind is now in a state, it's not in a sleep cycle, where it is ready to wake up. It is ready to start the day. It is ready to be deliberate. If you wake up in that state and then you reach over and hit the snooze button and you doze off for 9 to 15 minutes, what do you suppose your brain starts again? If you're thinking a sleep cycle, you'd be absolutely right. And how long does a sleep cycle last? A sleep cycle lasts 75 to 90 minutes. So you drift off into a sleep cycle, your brain does, which lasts 75 to 90 minutes. All of a sudden, the alarm goes off 9 to 15 minutes later. Your brain is in a sleep cycle. You are in a medical, neurological state right now that scientists call sleep inertia. It means that by falling into a sleep cycle and waking yourself up 9 to 15 minutes in it, the cortic region of your brain is now trapped in a sleep cycle. And do you realize it takes your brain, once you're awake, 4 hours to shake itself loose of the state of sleep inertia? Why is sleep inertia a bad thing? Studies prove that when you're in a state of sleep inertia, it impacts your speed of processing, it impacts your ability to focus, it impacts your ability to do any kind of strategic thinking. So for you, if you're a chronic snoozer like I used to be, and you sleep and then the alarm goes off, then you hit snooze, then you drift into a sleep cycle, then the alarm goes off, then you hit snooze, then you drift into a sleep cycle, and then the alarm goes off and you get up, your brain, you know how you say when you're a snoozer, you're always like, I didn't get any sleep, and you feel so groggy and tired, and you keep saying, I didn't get enough sleep last night. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Guess what? Has nothing to do with how much sleep you got. It has to do with the fact that when the alarm went off, instead of getting up, you started another sleep cycle. And then when the alarm went off 15 minutes later, you woke yourself up, and now your brain is trapped in a sleep cycle. You're in a state of sleep inertia. It has nothing to do with how much sleep you got. It has everything to do with how you woke up. You literally have screwed yourself over. And so here's the deal. Here's one more piece of proof I can give you. You know how on the weekends or on a day that you're not working, the alarm goes off and you decide, oh, I'm just going to turn the alarm off and I'm going to snooze for a minute. You don't turn on the snooze button. You just turn the alarm off. Have you ever noticed when you go back to sleep on your own, how long do you normally drift off asleep for? An hour to 2 hours. That's because your brain is executing a sleep cycle. You do it naturally. You've had that experience before, haven't you? Where you've turned off the alarm, drifted back to sleep, and holy cow, you sleep for like 90 minutes. That's a sleep cycle. So that's why I never want you to hit the snooze button. Because when you hit the snooze button, you force yourself into a sleep cycle, you wake yourself up in the middle of it, and then the first 4 hours of the day, you are battling sleep inertia. There's only one way to shock yourself out of sleep inertia, and that's to step in a cold shower. So if you ever have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning when you probably are in the middle of a sleep cycle, just step in a cold shower. That'll shock your brain awake and you'll be out of a state of sleep inertia. If you keep hitting the snooze button, I am going to tell you something. It's going to make your anxiety worse. It's going to make your depression heavier. It's going to make your attitude negative. It's going to make your ability to focus harder. It's going to make your ability to be deliberate harder. And the simple solution is to force yourself out of bed. So, building on yesterday, last night, what you did is you plugged your phone outside of your bedroom so that when you wake up in the morning, your phone is not within reach and you don't grab it, setting yourself up for success. Today, we're now going to do the wake up challenge. So today, here's your assignment. Tonight, when you go to bed, let's build on this. You're going to plug your phone in outside your bedroom and you're going to do the phone challenge so that the phone is nowhere near you. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, use the 5-second rule. Do not reach for the snooze alarm. You're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are going to get out of bed. If you have to wake up very early, hop in a cold shower. It'll snap you out of it. That's all I want you to do for today. I want you to take the no phone and add in the no snooze button challenge. And I want you to notice how different you feel. I want you to notice if you're a chronic snooze button hitter. Do you feel a little bit more awake? Do you feel a little bit more focused? Do you feel less groggy than the mornings when you hit the snooze button over and over and over again? Because you know what? The answer is yes. You are going to feel less groggy. Yes, you are going to feel more awake. Yes, you are going to be more in control and more deliberate about what you're thinking about. And so that's all that I want you to do today. Continue to notice your limiting thoughts and then redirect them to something more positive. Remember, it's not an event to have a positive mindset. It's a process. So all day long, keep noticing where you feel like you're not good enough. Keep noticing where those limiting beliefs are popping up. And now we're adding in the skills that give you boundaries and discipline and habits that protect your mindset. Plug the phone in outside the bedroom. When the alarm rings, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your butt out of bed and do not hit that snooze alarm. Will you be angry at me? Most likely. Am I okay with that? You better believe it. Because these small changes, while they're irritating, you're capable of making them. And when you make them consistently, what's going to happen is you're going to start to gain control of your actions, of your mindset, and that's going to have such a game-changing positive impact on your life overall that I'm willing for you to be annoyed with me as you get out of bed every morning, because your dreams deserve to come true. And you deserve to live without anxiety. You deserve to live successfully with depression. You deserve to feel less overwhelmed and less stressed out. And it all comes down to these teeny tiny little tweaks that you're making all day long. I'm not going to think I'm not good enough. I'm going to think I'm willing to try. I'm not going to think nobody likes me. I'm willing to tell myself that the people that are around me love me. I'm not going to think I'm an imposter. I'm willing to think through hard work I can learn anything. By making these small changes, you will change absolutely everything. All right, if you have any questions, just put them right in the comments below. Let's see. I've got a bunch of questions here. Janet Weir on Facebook, she took the phone challenge last night and said, holy cow, my phone was an addiction. Oh my gosh. I have a mini clock now. I've been on the bandwagon of no phone for 6 months. I sleep better. I put my phone away at 8 p.m. It's in the kitchen. It's changed my life. Kim on Facebook. I have had to change my habits because watching people and friends on Facebook and Instagram in bed is sucking me into a depressed state. Absolutely. So I have given myself only my business to look at for a month. It is so helping my mindset. Suzanne, Logan, mission accomplished. She took the challenge last night and I didn't look at the phone over breakfast either. Awesome. Now I just need to work on keeping it out of my evenings too. One step at a time, baby. Let's just take the mornings, okay? Let's master your mornings first. This is an entire week about you developing a morning routine that empowers you having a positive mindset. It begins the night before with plugging the phone outside your bedroom. Then it continues the moment the alarm rings, you get out of bed, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't look at your phone first thing either. We're going to talk about what you're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, the train is going to be all about, now that you're awake, what the heck do you do to make sure that your mindset and your mood are moving in the right direction so that you can take control of your day? The lovely layover on Instagram. Any suggestions for those of us who are on call for work? Oh yeah, I have lots. I'm a flight attendant and I have to keep my phone on me and turned up. I support the concept. It's just impossible for me. Yes, yes, yes. So for those of you that are on call for work, I totally get it. When I was a commentator for CNN and news would break overnight, they would typically get in touch with you at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in order to make sure you could be on like the 6 a.m. show or the 7 a.m. show. So I totally get it. Here's what you're going to do. You are going to make sure that work or your children or whomever need to get in touch with you in the middle of the night, that they know that they should call you. Okay? They should call you. And I also, when you turn on the phone ringer, go into the settings and turn off the notifications for your texts. So what happens then is if you get a phone call, the phone will ring. If a text comes in, you want those silenced so that you're not hearing ding, 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 ding all night as texts come in from whatever text you may be receiving. That is the way you handle it. Now, the other thing is that if you want to be sure that you can hear the phone, no problem. I'm okay with you putting it in your bedroom as long as it's on the other side of your bedroom or it's at the end of your bed on the floor so that it's not a reach over and lie there and look at it, that it's something more deliberate, intentional, so that when it's ringing, you have to get it. Because I don't want it there first thing in the morning. That's how you can make this possible for you, because it's not that it's impossible. It's that the fear that you're going to miss a call is having you have a habit that doesn't serve you. You're also going to sleep better because if you know that they're going to call you, you're not going to miss that call. And so you can sleep more soundly knowing that you will be woken up if there is a change to the schedule. Let's see. Here's some more questions. Brenda Smart, Mel, would you have any advice for people who work shift work? I personally find it difficult to follow some of the normal morning routines that are followed by the rest of the public that work a day shift. To get up earlier, to work out, meditate, set my mindset at midnight is so challenging because I am always so legitimately exhausted. Yeah, I used to work night court when I was a young lawyer, straight out of law school and working in Manhattan. They ran arraignments 24 hours a day. And so I know what you're talking about, having a shift work where you're getting up at midnight. What I would look at is I would look at your habits around how you're going to sleep. Because if you're like me, you were probably sleeping from like 4 in the afternoon or whatever till midnight or 6 o'clock at night once everybody's fed to midnight. And here's the deal. You can figure out how to find 10 minutes for yourself when you wake up. Whether you're waking up at midnight or you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's how you wake up that impacts mindset. And you have 5 to 10 minutes. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about what I want you to do in those 5 to 10 minutes. I get that you're exhausted. Maybe you're not going to be somebody that works out at midnight, okay? Even though you could do it at home, I totally get that you don't want to. I would and this is why I keep saying, you've got to make the morning routine or the evening routine, if you're a shift worker, your own. You got to make it work for your life. So maybe what you're going to do is you're not going to hit the snooze button when you wake up at midnight. And then you're going to do what I'm going to teach tomorrow, which is you're going to take 5 to 10 minutes for your dreams. You're going to take 5 to 10 minutes to get really deliberate about what your mindset and what your goals are for just today and what's important to you for just today. And then maybe when you get out of your shift work, that's when you exercise. That's when you meditate. So you got to make this stuff work for you. Just because a lot of people are doing a morning routine, you need to take the components and figure it out in your day. But the most important one is how you wake up. Okay. And that counts regardless of whether you're waking up at 6 a.m. or midnight. Donna on Instagram. I'm a personal safety, self-defense, and security consultant, and I teach my clients that hitting snooze makes them vulnerable. And then I recommend your book. Oh, well, that's nice. Thanks, Donna. Christina Georges. I set 3 alarms on my phone 15 minutes apart and then get up on the third because I sleep through them. Is that bad? Yes, that is. It's terrible. And it's terrible because you now know you are causing your brain to operate in a state of sleep inertia for the first 4 hours once you get up after the third alarm. You got to break this habit. Totally got to break this habit. You will be a healthier, more positive, less stressed out, in control person by simply making this one change, Christina. So here's my recommendation. If your phone is your alarm, put the phone outside your bedroom. Because then when that first alarm goes off, you're not going to have a choice. The alarm is not next to your bed, so you can't hit off. You got to get out of bed. You got to walk across the room, preferably get it into the bathroom or the kitchen, so you got to go even a little bit further. And by the time you get to your phone, you now have a fighting chance to hit off and start brushing your teeth or washing your face or making a cup of coffee. You now are out of bed and you need to start to train yourself to start your day because your mindset and your mood depend on it. Few people are asking a question that Katie asked on Facebook. So what's the difference between waking up to an alarm in the morning versus hitting the snooze button? So when the alarm wakes us up, isn't it also shocking us out from sleep? No. When the alarm goes off, for the vast majority of us, we've already completed sleep cycles because remember, you only do 3 or 4 sleep cycles. They last 75 to 90 minutes. That's about 5 hours. Then there's a 2-hour period where you are slowly getting ready to wake up. It's usually during that 2-hour wake up, thaw out period that the alarm goes off. So your brain is ready to start the day. The difference between the alarm going off and you starting and the alarm going off and you snoozing for 15 minutes is that in the instance where the alarm goes off and you're in that kind of 5 to 7 hours of sleep period or more, you're no longer in a sleep cycle, so your brain is ready to get to work. If you hit the snooze button, you've triggered your mind to go back into a sleep cycle because you've woken up in the wake-up period. You've now drifted off back to sleep. Your mind tees back into a sleep cycle. That's where the sleep inertia comes in. That's why the snooze alarm and snoozing for 9 to 15 minutes has such a dramatic negative impact on your productivity and on your mindset and on your mood because of the sleep inertia state that you've just put yourself into by snoozing for 9 to 15 minutes after your whole mind has been kind of asleep for more than 5 to 7 hours. I hope that explains it. And one more thing, let me say this again one more time. If you have to get up early, so let's say you only get 4 hours of sleep because you got to catch an early flight or an early train, or you went to bed super late and you could only get 5 hours of sleep, and you wake up and you're groggy as heck and you think, oh my gosh, I think this is what Mel was talking about. I feel like I'm a zombie because you think you're in a sleep cycle. Hop in a cold shower for 10 seconds. Literally, it'll make your brain just snap wide awake. It's not pleasant, but it works like a charm. Jamie, I assume the no phone rule applies to iPads and laptops. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I don't want any electronics in your bedroom or anything that connects to the internet because I know what your habits are, and it's to scroll mindlessly and to reach for it before you get out of bed and to tune into the negative news. And I don't want any of that in your mind as you're about to go to sleep. And I definitely do not want that in your mind before you have a chance to be deliberate about your day. This is all about setting you up to win. It's all about giving you control over your mindset. And if you're putting your social media channels and your phone and your email and your texts into your brain before you've even gotten out of bed and had a chance to think about what your priorities are and what is the positive thing you're going to be thinking today, you are behind the ball the entire day. Why make it hard for yourself? Why? The world can have access to your mind the rest of the day. Don't you think your dreams and your happiness deserve 10 lousy minutes in the morning? Don't you think your sanity deserves 10 lousy minutes? Look, you're going to give the world access to your attention and your mind the second you look at your phone or you open that laptop, the second you turn on the TV. Please, please value yourself enough to realize that those first 10 minutes of the day, your dreams deserve your attention. Your mental health deserves your attention. Your happiness and your family and your sanity deserve your attention. And that's why I am so passionate about no electronics in the bedroom, because I know we're all addicted. And I also know that 95% of your day, you're going to be on them anyway. So please, please, please value your dreams and value your sanity and value your peace of mind and value your happiness more than the addiction to check what's going on your phone, okay? And the fastest way to do that is make it hard for yourself not to look at it. Keep it out of your bedroom, and the second the alarm goes off, get out of bed and do not go pick up the phone. Put yourself first. Terry, what about weekends when I don't have an alarm? I get up, sometimes lay back down. Should I just get up, even if I don't have anything planned? Terry, you can do whatever you want on the weekends. Seriously. I wouldn't recommend ever hitting the snooze button. If you don't have to get up and the alarm goes off and you don't want to get out of bed, you know what I do? I turn off the alarm and I go back to sleep. And here's what you're going to notice, Terry. When you turn off the alarm and go back to sleep on the weekends because you don't have anywhere you need to be, you'll sleep for at least an hour. That's a sleep cycle. You might even sleep for an hour and a half. That is a sleep cycle. It actually happened this morning. My brother got up. I'm down here in Florida because my mother's 70th birthday is today. And so my brother and I flew in to be with her and my father. And my brother got up to catch a flight back to Chicago. And he was getting up at 5:30 in the morning. And so I got up to say goodbye and hug him and see him off as my dad drove him to the airport. And then you know what I did? I climbed back in bed. You know how long I slept? 2.5 hours. I didn't snooze. I let my body and my brain do what it needed to do. And obviously it needed to execute 2 full sleep cycles. So if you don't have anything planned and you've got the luxury to be able to sleep in, don't set an alarm. And if you do set an alarm, you decide you don't want to get out of bed and you don't have to, turn it off. And notice how long you sleep for once you drift back to sleep. I guarantee you it'll be more than an hour. I think that is it in terms of your questions. Excellent questions. I'm so happy you're engaging with this material. I want you to understand something. I hate getting out of bed. I hate it. I still, to this day, even knowing the science, when that alarm goes off, do you know the first thing I feel? It's, ugh. I do not want to get out of bed. That's the first thing I feel, always. I don't think I've ever had a day in my life where the alarm has gone off and I have just been like, yes, I get to live another day. Yes, full of gratitude. That's just not me. My first feeling when that alarm goes off is ugh. And it's usually a 4-letter word. I will probably never be the kind of person that springs out of bed. I will probably never enjoy it. I will probably never wake up and have the first thought be, yes, let's start the day. That's just not me, and that's okay. But I can still be deliberate because I understand the science, and I understand that my dreams are important, and I understand that I don't want to spend the first 4 hours of my day in sleep inertia because I allowed my default mode of hitting the snooze alarm to have me snooze off for 9 minutes and put my brain into a state where it's now foggy for 4 hours. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to enjoy getting out of bed. I'm not going to be happy as I start my day. I'm going to be complaining to myself as I shuffle into the bathroom to turn off my phone if that's what I'm using as my alarm. I'm going to be grouchy as I walk into the kitchen to make my coffee. I'm basically like a gigantic teenager who's 50 years old. That's okay. You can still do the things that feel hard. You can do things that you don't want to do. And when I understand the science and research behind why something that blows is important, I put exercise in the same category, by the way. I hate exercising. I'm about to go exercise as soon as I hang up with you. You can still do things that you don't like doing. And you may never like getting up on time. You may never like not hitting the snooze button. You may never like hauling your butt out of bed. That's okay. But you can still do it because your dreams deserve it. All right, tomorrow we're going to talk about what do you do once you're awake? What's the first thing that I want you to do after you brush your teeth or whatever? What's the first thing I want you to do up here for your mindset once you're awake? There's tremendous research about how to spend the first 5 minutes. It's not going to require you to exercise, don't worry, because you know I hate that. But we're going to build on this morning routine. So tonight, let me recap your assignment. All day long, you're going to be thinking this, not that. Watch out for your limiting beliefs. Watch out for when your default mode takes in. And as soon as you catch yourself thinking some garbage about yourself that's from the past, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're going to think something that's positive. You're going to think an alternative thought that you've come up with. We're going to link to all the videos again in this email that's going out. So if this is the first video that you're watching, don't you worry. Go to melrobbins.com/mindset reset to get the emails, or check out YouTube. Every single one of our videos are on YouTube. They're also on Facebook. They're going to be up there forever. They're there for you forever to use, because again, it's a process, not an event, to make your mindset positive. And so you're going to be catching default thinking, and you're going to be redirecting your thoughts to something deliberate and positive that serves you. Tonight, you're going to plug your phone in outside of your bedroom. For those of you that need to be contacted, remember, turn off notifications for text messages, turn on the sound for the ringer so that you hear it when it rings. If you need to keep it in your bedroom because the phone might ring, put it on the far side of your bedroom so it's more deliberate when that happens, so that you know you will get up for sure. When you wake up, as soon as that alarm goes off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. If you're groggy, if you need to shock yourself awake, jump in a cold shower for 10 seconds. That'll do the trick to shake your mind awake. But for the vast majority of us that have gotten more than 5 to 6 hours of sleep, you will already be in the neurological state where your brain is ready to wake up and go. So when that alarm rings, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, wake up and go. Tomorrow, I'm going to explain what I want you to be doing from a mindset perspective in those first 5 to 10 critical minutes once you're out of bed. But for now, I want to be the one to make sure, in case nobody else does, to tell you that I love you and I believe in your ability to make your life and your dreams a little bit happier, a little bit better. And that's why I'm here every single day, to remind you that you got this, and to share with you the things that I'm learning that's making a difference in my life, so that you can think about the things that you're doing in your life. Go have an amazing day. Please keep putting your questions and comments in the comments. Use the hashtag Mindset Reset. We're reading them all day long. If you take photos of yourself, little videos of yourself doing the program or the phone challenge or waking up on time, by all means, tag us in that, because we're featuring you and your successes and your complaints, all of it, on our Instagram and Facebook stories. And from the bottom of my heart, to all 240,000 of you from around the world who have trusted us and joined me in this month-long Mindset Reset program, I want to thank you very much for your attention and for your trust. It means the world to me, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be traveling, so I'll be coming from a hotel somewhere on the Disney property. I'll see you later.